Hello, my friends. My name is Adam, and I'm on a quest to be the most prolific reviewer of all time. So, to do that, I review mostly movies and television, but sometimes I review Pepsi Max, but I review video games, computer games. That's what I was going for. And today I'm going to be reviewing most of you have never played called Civilization 2. And probably Civilization 3 is the game that I spent the most time on. But going back through this process, I realized I actually had like Civilization 1 and 2 and 3. So Civilization 2 came out in. When did it come out? In 1996. And that was on Windows. For Mac, it came out in 1997. And then it actually was ported to PlayStation in 1999. So it is one of the best-selling games published by Microprose and created by uh, Sid Meier's and his team. Sid Meier and his team. How does the game work? So the game works like every Civilization game until probably five, which or four. So you start out in the very beginning of recorded history, and you pick a country or a civilization, and the civilizations have different attributes. And I think that this is the first episode, maybe installment of the franchise where the the cultures have attributes. So if you pick Rome, they're very material, martialistic, etc. And so you pick one, and then you found your cities, and then you kind of do micromanagement in the cities to produce things, and then when you produce more, you so you produce units, and then you send those units out to conquest or whatever, and so build more cities. And I think generally I didn't finish a game. I played a lot of it already, so and my computer kept crashing, and that's why I didn't finish one campaign because unlike Civilization 1, where you can kind of do a whole run through in about a couple of hours, Civilization 2, it's much more, there's a lot more things to do in the game, lot more world to explore, so it takes a lot longer. And unfortunately, they haven't. I don't know, because the version that I played was basically it had to install an emulator of Windows 95, and then it was playing inside the Windows 95 environment. So it hasn't been kind of ported to modern computers, which is kind of a shame because it would be good to be able just to play the whole thing from the beginning to the end. And I think that people still would like it. Like it's really, really cute. The graphic cute is a exaggeration. It's very, the colors are bright and vibrant and not depressing. Um, so yeah, what did I think about it? It's not my favorite civilization, and it like Civilization 3 is my favorite civilization um, installment so far in the franchise. So what kind of prevents Civilization 2 from being great? And I think that there's a few things. One is that the look of this was very modern in 1996 when it came out. And that might sound like a great thing, but when you have things that are very modern, they look very old very quickly. And I think a lot of the interfaces are very like classic Windows 95 interfaces, like how the menu drops down. And people really loved Windows 95 when it came out, or Windows 93, whatever version this was playing on. They really liked it. So it was seen as this pinnacle of a modern operating system. So of course, a lot of games copied the whole style, and this game does that too. And when you're playing Civilization 1, the cutscenes have charm, right? The way that the cities look have charm, and it's funny, like the way that the wonders are built, where you just see the legs of the Colossus and you just see the bottom of the pyramid. It's really, really funny. So there's a sense of humor about it. And there's a sense of humor in this game too. They have this advisors council, which I've never actually seen. I guess my version when I was playing it when I was growing up didn't have that, but this version that I was playing did. So basically, the advisors, they will like, there's a little like, I don't even know what that was called, but the really weird, uh, very bad video file, kind of like a GIF, but before GIFs would play, and so that's actually good. Um, and I think I have this problem with Civilization 6, which is it's too cute. The characters are too cute. The leaders are too cute. So it kind of prevents you from being immersed in like this is this gritty war where millions have died and then oh, it's a cute guy. And I think like the previous versions of Civilization weren't cute because they didn't have the capacity to be cute. And I think maybe if they did, they would have made it cute. Because the little units look crazy. The little sprites of the units look really, really crazy. And probably because you can imagine what they're supposed to look like because they're just like four or five different sprites put together. But yeah, I imagine they would be cute if they could have done it more, if they could have done more with the technology that was available at the time. But I'm glad that they didn't do that because you can play Civilization 2, at least you could play Civilization 2, and you could kind of immerse yourself in the role playing aspect of it. Yeah, so I think those are the basic things that I would focus on. That's the fact that it looks old fashioned now. It's not so because Civilization 1 is an old fashioned game. The graphics are much worse, but it doesn't like the cutscenes don't feel old fashioned. They feel nice and retro. And the cutscenes here feel like very, 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 very not modern. I mean, modern, but modern from 1996, but not modern from now. So not timeless, is what I'm saying. But unfortunately, I don't think that you can go out and play the game like you can play it on other things. I'm not even sure if it's on Steam. All right, what did you think about Civilization 2? Let me know in the comments. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I think I have 556, 60 something, or 500, over 500 now. I don't know. So I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by July. So I think that we can do that. So if you like what I do, please subscribe. And if you're listening on Spotify, please give me a follow. Thank you. Bye-bye.